Hi, welcome back, guys. Today we're gonna do our first episode. We're gonna be addressing self-worth. That's our first social topic that we're gonna talk about. Today I have a guest with me. This is my sister Mariah, and she's just here to give her opinion on some of the things we're gonna talk about today. So before we start off, I have a disclaimer because I don't want anybody to feel some type of way. This is just not about anybody in general. So this is not in any way about anybody, or it's not directed to anybody either, but if the shoe fits, then what can you do? So yeah, let's get started. So today we're going to be talking about self-worth. So I'm going to go ahead and say my definition of what I came up with, and then you can say yours. Okay. So what I came up with is self-worth is how you see yourself and how you let other people treat you. So we're going to go ahead and see what Mariah has to say about her definition of self-worth.
My definition of self-worth, sorry, I can't talk. Self-worth would be how you specifically view yourself and what you allow other people to view you as.
Alright. So that's kind of basically what I'm going off of, right? So,
but like yours is like how you let other people treat you.
Yeah. So, that can go how people see you, how you allow them to treat you. Same thing, So, I associate self-worth with self-love because you have to love yourself in order to see that you have worth, Like, you have value on your life. You have to, like, love and respect yourself before you can, say, hey, I deserve better, or, feel me? So, what about you? Do you associate self-worth with anything?
Basically those, like, loving yourself before you let other people, like, judge you or...
Alright, so I have a question for that, which goes from self-worth equals self-love, and I think this is an important question that we should all ask ourselves is, how much do we love ourselves? Like, on a scale of, like, and I don't mean it like, how much do you love yourself in, like, a conceited way? That's not how I'm coming from. I mean, like, how much do you love yourself, and how much will I allow myself to be belittled, Like, how much will I allow myself for this happen to me, or for that to happen to me, You know what I'm saying? Do you have anything that bounce off of that? Yes. Like, the question, like, you know what I'm saying? The question that I'm asking is not so, like, how much do you love yourself, like, a conceited way, like, but it's like, how much do you love yourself is in a way, like, how much will I allow?
Yeah, that makes sense. But I think it also can, like, go along with how much you love yourself and how much you allow yourself to be loved.
Okay. Alright. So I have, 3 points that I came up with that are 3 major areas in our life that we need to have self-worth for ourselves. And number 1 is going to be friendships/relationships, because you do have a relationship with your friends. It's just called friendships. But first we're going to talk about friends. I for one know about how friends can put you down, and make you feel like you're less than what you thought you were. Can you got any ideas off of that? Any friendships that taught you, or not even taught you self-love, but maybe made you think a little of yourself?
Not really, because me and my friends joke around with each other all the time.
Okay, so
but sometimes we say mean stuff, but we apologize. It's not like we just let it, like, it's hard to explain how we joke around.
But I don't mean like jokes. I mean like friend. Well, it could be jokes. Maybe it's a joke to them, but you ever had like joke to you? Yeah. It's stuff like that. So that's just one thing where we need to stand up for ourselves in our friendships, and like when people do things that like upset us or make us feel like we're not as pretty or as smart as them, we should like be like, hey, it's all about communication, and that's one thing that you should not allow your friends to do, because friends are supposed to like build you up and support you, They're not supposed to tear you down. So that's one thing that we need to have self-worth in, is in our friendships. And so then balling off of that, we do have relationships with significant others. So this could
definitely
this could be maybe you're dating someone. It even could be in a marriage or in an affair. because
Okay.
it's true. I mean, I wouldn't say people like the side chicks or the side dudes. I wouldn't say they don't love themselves, because they could love themselves.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go that far and say
you
that.
You could have self-love, but you don't have like respect enough for yourself to see that you deserve more.
Yes. So I would just say, like, it doesn't mean when you put yourself in those kind of predicaments, it doesn't mean you don't love yourself. It just could mean that
excuse me, I didn't mean to say that.
You're devaluing. Edit that out. You're devaluing what you're worth, you know, because you're like when you're in those kind of relationships, you're saying, well, I deserve the seconds, you know, like he or she will go with their other person that's official, and then I'll get the second days, you know, like you're saying that you're okay with being the seconds because you're not the first, you know.
Not good.
So that's not good. I mean, I know the Bible say the last will be the first. Not in this case, honey. Not in this case. So yeah, and then on top of that, I have getting trapped in like relationships or dating through like pregnancy or marriage. If you're with somebody who and I do understand things happen, but I would say that you need to be taking precautions if you're going to be doing that. So just in case like you're with somebody that makes you feel like you're devaluing your worth, you're not stuck, you know, like you're not attached to them always, because I mean, you could be with somebody and have a kid with them, but you're always going to be attached to them because you're both parents, you know?
If you can help it, not a good idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would be taking precautions if I knew I was with somebody that I didn't see myself being forever with, like, I wouldn't, yeah. Because you don't want to be, I mean, some parents do co-parenting very well, but in my experience, co-parenting does not go well. Mm-mm. So, yeah. So that's what we have there, and, then number 2, we're going to talk about family experiences, because families can play a big part in your self-worth. Do you have anything to say about families?
Honestly, I think, even if you are in, like, a family, like, environment that doesn't uplift people, I think you should, like, that doesn't uplift you, I think you should uplift them. Yeah. That's about it.
Well, yeah, I guess you can somewhat do that. It's kind of like killing with kindness, you know. But I feel like your self-worth is grounded in your family experiences, because that's who you're encountering in your early years, and that's who brings you up with your values and your morals, you know. And that's just, self-worth is something that you have to instill in your child, you know, or like give examples of self-worth to show them, you know. That's, the family is where it's planted, you know,
where it like
and it grows.
Yeah.
And when you don't have good family experiences, that could be the root of most of self-worth problems. And it's not just girls. We're not just addressing girls who don't have self-worth. Guys do have problems with self-worth as well. So it could be anybody, you know. But sometimes when you're in those situations where you don't feel like your family supports you and you feel like they're degrading you, it's kind of hard to be love yourself, you know. But I recommend that you like try to, what do you call those, like church group, or find
a specific person, like a mentor or something that you can talk to about it.
Yes, and like find like a group that could be kind of like your surrogate family, you know, that could uplift you. Like, even, I know it sucks that your real family's not doing it, but there's always groups and people out there that can help you, you know. You're not always by yourself.
That's not to say that if you're not in a good family, you don't have a good view of self-worth.
Yeah, that's not true. I mean, but bad things could happen to your family. You do love yourself, you know. But like most instances, when you're in a family where bad things constantly happen and you're questioning your value, then I would say seek outside sources to help encourage you. So number 3, our last point, is going to be real life experiences. Real life experiences play a huge part to shape your self-worth, because I know many people that come from loving homes, and their mothers, you know, their mothers and their parents and their fathers, they bring them up to, you know, love themselves, like teach them like you have to love yourself. I know a lot of people that happens to, but then they get out in the real world and they're put in real world experiences, and then those experiences degrade them, you know, degrade their worth. And so do you have anything to say about that?
Like, not really. I don't have knowledge on it yet because I'm not.
I mean, it could be at school too. I mean, because school is outside of the home, so you can be in a home where people love you and support you, but then you could go to school and people could bully you.
True.
And, you know, it doesn't always have to be in college. I mean, college, most kids, they go off somewhere where there's no family and they're just friends, you know, and that happens mostly in college, but it does happen in high school too. Like, you have those kids, because, like, if you ever see those kids, like, on the news that are bullied and they commit suicide, they come from loving families. Like, their family loves them, but it's the outside,
that gets them
real life experiences that degrade.
I would just say, if you're struggling with that, seek help inside of your home. Like, if you have a loving family or stuff, like, don't be afraid to tell them about it.
Yeah, don't deal with. Sometimes, I know sometimes you feel like you have to deal with things alone, but sometimes you don't, you know.
It's not good to isolate yourself.
So, yeah, and this could be happening in careers and jobs in school. Like, your job while you're working, where you're working at, could make you feel like you're less than your worth, because some jobs are really draining and make you question whether, you know, make you question your self-worth, because especially in customer service jobs, your patience and your, I don't know how to say, but it gets stretched very thin.
Your patience,
yes,
and like your tolerance for people.
Yes, and also, like, there are people out there that wear their feelings on their shoulders, and that really can.
That's not healthy.
It's not really healthy, because you're always going to be sad about something, because the world is very hateful. And so you have to be that little ray of sunshine, and it's kind of hard when people trying to stomp you out. They're trying to stomp your sunshine out. It's hard, but, you know, yeah. Do you have anything else you want to address, special guest, about self-worth?
No, not really.
All right, well, that concludes our episode this week.
You didn't say this part.
I just.
Like Dre said, know yourself, know your
worth. Bye, girl. Don't even. Anyways, that concludes our this week's episode of Dear World. So next week, I'm not sure what we're gonna talk about. I have a lot of topics on my mind, but I'm not sure.
Comment down below what you think we should talk about.
Yeah, I'm gonna think, and I'll look at the comments if there's any comments. And I have a lot of ideas in my head. So next week, I might have a new guest, and we are going to address another social topic that needs to be addressed. So, thank you guys for watching. As always, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe.
Comment, like, subscribe.
We will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.